Hey, what's up, guys? James again. Subject supposed to know. So, it is Sunday evening, February the 12th. I just came home from a nice dinner with a professor at the local college, herself, a former professor at the local college, herself and her husband, and a bunch of their former students. They made a very nice, sumptuous vegetarian meal for us. I stuffed my face on some delicious stuff. Um, I got to meet some interesting, well educated, refined individuals, and it was nice to talk about some heady stuff, just to have some nice casual conversations, some intelligent people. And I think that's one of my difficulties and why these horizons have been so sort of confining for me is that I know that as much as I love the blue collar side of things, and it's been so much fun for me to sort of try and relate to that world and be a part of it, and working rough and tumble jobs, bouncing gigs, personal training, just being a part of the sort of everyday world, and not getting too impractical or pretentious. That's been really liberating. you know at this point, there's also a sense in which it's been kind of socially isolating, um, just because I want to talk more about sort of refined things, and I want to be able to uh, you know nurture my more refined sensibilities. And as pretentious as that even sounds to me to say, it's just, what other way is there to put it? There's certain sort of subtle realities that not every mind can grasp, and subtle distinctions between things that being able to notice them can mean the difference between uh, you know tragic consequences to our actions, and positive and happy outcomes. And I don't know. I guess she's on my mind again. My little would have been, could have been, and all this, saying all this doesn't make me think to myself, oh, well, she wasn't, there for me. She didn't have what it takes. It just makes me think to myself, uh, I I feel like I could have done a better job of, sort of letting her come near, and letting myself come near to her, while, taking account of all these sorts of things, and trying to enrich her life with, the sort of intellectual gifts that I have, because she was eager. She was eager to learn, and she was eager to know. And it took her seeing someone who's kind of an image of power and confidence to her, which is what I was, for her to really want to engage with her studies. I think she wanted, part of her need to be involved with me, her need to, constantly ask me how I'm doing in the class, and tell me how she did. Her identification with me, however intense and sort of transitive it was, um, she was she was reaching out towards what she perceived as greatness. And I'm just appalled at myself for the way I handled that still, because I could have done things differently. I could have been kinder to her. I could have answered to her emotional needs. I didn't have to be so disciplinarian and withholding, and so focused on, you know, just fulfilling the letter of the law in terms of, putting our schoolwork first and all that kind of stuff. And I could have been more balanced about it. And if I'd let her love me, that might have made all the difference in terms of her attitude towards school. From which, by my best reckoning, she's gone. Ever since the falling out between us, it seems like she's likely postponed things for another year. None of this is for me to know, and it is kind of a little disconcerting, to be honest, and I'm still thinking about it. I guess that's just kind of my lot at this point. So yeah, dinner was nice. It made me realize how much it's a necessity for me to lean on friends for the sort of support and social interaction that I need. How important it is for me to sort of keep the majority of my family at arm's length, or further, just because of this sort of unfortunate form that our family life has taken. Given that the whole thing is kind of this, on the one hand oppressive, on the one hand overly permissive clusterfuck. It's like, obviously it's going to be the best thing for me to stay away. Not going to go back on that. But yeah, so that brings to mind, again, the need to sort of fly onward and to get moving. And I don't know, not much else to do besides to talk about it, I guess, at this point. Yeah, I've got patent application I'm going to review my boss law firm in just a bit here. Not an application, rather, but an off-section response. Got cracking on another one of those today. I'm going to try and finish up the rest in the coming week. And I don't know. I'm not quite sure what else there is to gab my mouth about. So that's a short one. I think we'll leave it at that. I've got to eat some protein because, after all, it was a vegetarian meal, and that's not quite enough for me to sustain myself. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'll have some tea, take some medicine, and I will catch you guys next time.